The mountains. Some of the most stunning and majestic creations on God's green earth. Countless references in the Quran emphasizing the grandeur of these giant masses of land that dominate the earth's surface. Yet within these mountains lies a community like no other. The Amazigh of the Atlas Mountains. This was a Muslim community that I had so much to learn from.
This is what life's like in the mountains.
I needed to meet with them.
We've come here to some of the highest peaks of the mountains of Morocco to meet with the Amazigh Muslim community. Muslims that have been living in these mountains for hundreds of years upholding Islam.
This is my journey into the heart of the Atlas Mountains to meet with some of the most incredible villagers to inhabit the heights of the earth. The Muslims of the mountains.
Before we launch you into something incredible, quick question. How many doors are there to Jannah? 8. That's right. But the number of ways to enter Jannah? Countless. And this is why I can't recommend this campaign enough. Launch Good. They've compiled hundreds of different causes for you to donate towards this Ramadan and maximize your opportunities to do good. They've verified all the campaigns for you to make it super easy. You can give donations towards a school, a masjid, an orphanage, all from the same place. You're even able to schedule your donations for 30 days across this Ramadan so you don't miss out on a single day of rewards. You can give whatever you're capable of, whether that's $5, $10, or even a single dollar a day to wherever you want it to go, because you never know which donation could be your entry into Jannah. Sign up to join our 30-day challenge now at launchgood.com/OnePath and be part of something incredible. Bismillah. Now, enjoy the video.
I couldn't wait to meet with the Muslim Berbers of the Atlas Mountains, but there was one problem. I couldn't find anyone to take me there. After the 2023 earthquake, the government had tightened regulations on filming in Morocco, and trying to venture into these villages to capture their story was proving to be incredibly difficult. And then there was the language barrier. Contrary to popular belief, most Moroccans in the mountains don't speak Arabic. They speak Amazigh, and I didn't understand a word. It turns out the Arabic I knew most likely wasn't going to help me. But anyways, I put all this behind me and made my way to Marrakesh. It was the gateway to enter into the Atlas Mountains, and it was here where our journey had to begin. Underneath the towering minaret of the Qutubiyya Mosque, the tallest landmark in the city, we were quickly reminded of the rich Islamic history this country holds. The country has seen the rise and fall of multiple Islamic dynasties, and the religion has been here since its very early days. For over a millennia, Islam has been carried on the backs of Morocco's indigenous people, the Amazigh, otherwise known as Berbers. Anyways, after frantically searching for someone who can help me meet with them, I found this guy, Dahmat, a popular Amazigh content creator who loves his people and culture with a passion.
So this Amazigh bag and these Amazigh shoes called Idoukan. Marrakesh is known as the Red City because of the color that is being used to paint houses and buildings here in Marrakesh. And also the height, there is like a precise height that the building they should not surpass. Okay, not to hide the beautiful view of the high Atlas Mountains.
They've been inhabiting the Atlas Mountains for centuries on end, as historically, the mountains were a place that were militarily advantageous in times of war.
Marhaba. A great number of them, they decided to move to the mountains where they feel like more safe and secure so that they can face their enemy back at that time. Now, if you experience like a single day with Amazigh people in the high Atlas Mountains, you would notice a lot of things. Their lifestyle, the choices they make, how they treat each other, how they spend their days, and most importantly, their relationship with nature and Allah.
The Amazigh embraced Islam primarily during the time of Idris I, a descendant of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They've carried the religion ever since, and I needed to know how.
What is the secret behind Islam persevering for so long on these mountains?
Amazigh people are known for the fact that when they were introduced to Islam, they didn't hesitate. So that's why when I go to the nature, as I told you, it's there when I see the face of Allah. For me, when I go and see the mountains and I start saying like Subhanallah, Subhanaka ma khalaqta hada batila, this actually revives a spiritual soul in me. Just unbelievable.
Guys, you're not going to believe this. Whoa. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
Yeah, after he showed me that video, I was convinced there was something spiritual about the mountains. So I hooked up with a local Moroccan drone operator, this guy, and went to go see them for myself. Not only to see what life was like above the clouds, but more importantly, to meet with the people that called these benevolent giants home. I'm here with my brother Ru'ay. He's a Moroccan drone operator who lives in the mountains. He lives in one of the highest villages in the mountains. Urika.
يعني لا يوجد هناك ضجيج، لا ضجيج سيارات ولا أي شيء. أنت والطبيعة والجبال وصوت الطيور فقط.
الله.
حينما تكون فوق الجبال تلاحظ أن هذه الدنيا لا تستحق كل ذلك الاهتمام وذلك الضجيج الذي نعيشه في المدينة. وحين تكون في الجبال ترى بالعين المجردة ترى أن العالم صغير جدا ولا يستحق هذه كل هذا الضجيج الذي يحوم حوله.
These were secrets from a man of the mountains. But as majestic as these mountains were, we soon found out how unforgiving they can be.
We've just arrived in a village called Tahannot, right next to a beautiful old city called Madinatu Sor, the village of Sor. Unfortunately, this village was hit by an earthquake and a lot of the buildings did experience tremendous damage, which is very sad to see. Some of the challenges that face these remote communities living in the peaks of the Atlas Mountains.
Earthquakes can be deadly for those that live here, and the villagers know it all too well. It's the paradox of living in the mountains, and the place we were on our way to had suffered just as much. It was a gentle warning amidst the stunning scenery that surrounded us.
So this whole area right now is called Mola Ibrahim. It's in the high Atlas Mountains. And if you want to see something incredible, just look up there. You've literally got a masjid on the peak of the mountain. It's incredible. This river over here is carrying fresh water, which is descending from the highest peak in North Africa, Mount Toubkal.
Mount Toubkal sits at the head of the Atlas Mountains, standing at a towering 4,167 meters. It looms over all mountains in the region and the villages that dwell beneath its shadow.
So I'm clearly not from the mountains. This place is very scary, it's frightening. But you see our brother over there, Muhammad Ru'ay, from the mountains, our drone operator. This guy fears nothing but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Literally, look at him. I don't know what he's doing. La.
For someone who has a fear of heights, this place was clearly well out of my comfort zone.
نحن الأمازيغ نحن كبرنا في الجبال نحن لا نخاف من أي شيء.
But surely overcoming my fears was only one of the lessons I'll be taking with me back home to Australia. So we continued our ascent upwards towards the village. And once I saw the place, I was blown away. The incredible creation of Allah.
الجبال تحسبها جامدة وهي تمر مر السحاب.
It was breathtaking, mesmerizing, like something out of a picture book. Accompanied by our local guide Yusuf, we made our way into the village.
And you've got some people, like I can see a person there just carrying a heavy load behind his back through this river down there.
These were simple, humble villagers that called this place home. Hard work, simple living, and you could sense the peace from a mile away.
You know, people here that they are Amazigh people,
Yes.
and they are the indigenous population in Morocco.
Yes.
When the Arabs entered Morocco and they brought Islam, those people they accepted. Some people decide that there are racism or something like
Yes,
that
yes.
between the
Amazigh and the Arabs. Yes,
But
together.
the earthquake happens in the Berber villages or in the Amazigh villages. And the people who come to help us, they are Arabs people.
Yusuf was going to take me to visit with a village local, a woman by the name of Lala Zahra. She grew up as an orphan in these lands, and she was going to be my teacher for the day.
Tabarakallah. Imagine this is your view every morning. You have Muslim communities that have been living here hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. This is the view that they're waking up to. And our brother Yusuf over here, he was telling us that every time you see a mosque, a different mosque, it means there's a different village. So right now we're in one village. Over there's another village.
And there's another one over there.
And another one over there.
But before we could meet with Lala, tea.
Be generous.
Be generous.
more.
Okay. The tea doesn't become special without being generous. All right. Bismillah.
It was a hallmark specialty of the Moroccan people.
That was okay.
Mint tea.
They're not easy to live with. We're on the way to the house of Lala Zahra, but you've got to be very careful of the mud. It's very slippery. It adds another layer of danger to what is already dangerous terrain. But this is what life's like in the mountains.
The village had succumbed to much destruction and loss during the last earthquake. Today, many houses carry the scars, while others are being rebuilt.
خالتي بخير؟ ماشي مزيان؟
السلام عليكم. مرحبا. Brother, you can lean on me. يعتمد علي.
The simple mud brick homes showed beautiful character, but of course, they were no match for the earthquake. And here we were, at the humble abode
Mind your head, please.
of Lala Zahra. If I were to ever imagine a woman in the mountains, she was definitely it.
Thank you so much.
Just with an authentically unique Muslim vibe and a 90s retro Quran poster decorating the wall. This was a woman who had just come out of tragedy, yet the hospitality she espoused was radiating immense warmth. And in her little pink room, I could literally taste the barakah.
The smallest room I've probably ever been in, but it's filled with barakah.
She said we asked the God to give us more the barakah and the contentment.
دائما جيت تسمس كله الصير تسمس عينا تسمس اللهم لك الحمد ديالي غوصو عينا الا ندرك نكوني يحاوليتني غير دروس يحسن عينا الا اسف الله صل خاطر سبحان الله شكرا لله بالله نشكر ربي يحسن اصلي غير زنزان كي تروى داري 4 تروى كي ربي ما بعد ندير الدنيا كي دورنا تاكلوا الفلوس تا ويا ترزم حتى اختي فلوس زير شهاد نرجع نخصي دير ربي يسكر ربي تاوي ايوا يسلك يسدير ربي اللهم لك الحمد
الا صلى عمر
الا صلى عمر نشكر ربي.
Her eyes would go teary as she'd teach me lessons that I desperately needed, yet never knew who to ask.
Lala Zahra, if someone was to tell you live in the city instead of living in the mountains here, would you rather go to the city or stay living in the mountains?
اني غتكون غير داري التشكال اللي كيوريسي لي العلم اشكو حتى مدينتي اللي تيصور هضره كل من غايتي لي ولا اني كيوري غاد في غير اني غاداري التشكال كله.
She went to the roof of her home to make for us traditional Amazigh bread, tahnout, which she made with her own hands in the name of Allah.
دايما بسم الله إلا غيمينو يغرانيش بسم الله يغرانا نعجن بسم الله يرانيقن بسم الله دايما كنت لا إلا بسم الله دا القلوب دايما القلب نعين كيف عداني خفينو القلب دايما بسم الله.
This was an incredibly warm experience, but I was still yet to enter a mountain masjid. Unfortunately, all the village imams here were busy for a mountain wedding, and we weren't invited. Thankfully, however, our drone friend knew just the place we could visit the next morning.
It's early morning, we're on our way to a little village called Tizi Nushik in the high Atlas Mountains to meet with children in a Quran school and a masjid that's been running for hundreds of years in one of the highest peaks of the Atlas Mountains. Let's go.
On today's journey up into the mountains, the road was long, incredibly winding, and apparently pretty famous too.
Where are we exactly? It's where they shot the movie Mission Impossible 4.
Cool fact. But nevertheless, they said we were going to need a 4-wheel drive today, although he never told me why. Until this happened. Things started to go vertical very fast.
So we've entered the trek into the village.
This was a drive that wasn't for the faint-hearted. We were inches away from the edge and there were no guardrails on this narrow rocky road towards the mountaintop.
My God.
I could literally feel my stomach in my throat, especially when I saw this guy.
Bismillah. Allah protect us.
أنا بنو إيش جوزاز يا خير شباب السلام عليكم كيف بخير الله يسرك الله.
Oh my God. You don't get nervous driving this road?
No, it's very easy for us.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly have no idea how they get to the top of this village. I think once you get there, you just have to stay because getting back down and coming back up is almost impossible.
And after a long, frightening drive, we finally made it to the top. And tabarakallah, this place was heavenly. We had arranged to meet with some of the village children and the imam. And deep down, I was just praying that this time the Amazigh locals spoke Arabic, so I could at least connect on a deeper level. And alhamdulillah, they did.
هل تعرفون أي شيء عن أستراليا؟ لا شيء. هل رأيتم الكانغورو؟
أنت مسلم؟
نعم أنا مسلم. أنا مسلم.
تصلي؟
نعم.
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر. أنتم تصلون؟
نعم شوية في صلاة الجمعة نصلي.
أين تصلون صلاة الجمعة؟ في المسجد.
So after getting absolutely violated by the mini Atlas Lions in football, I was on my way.
So the kids of the village that we're in right now, they're taking me to the masjid. It's called Masjid Khadija, and we're going to go check that out and see what it's like.
أستراليا كثير من الناس كثير من المنازل.
نعم عندنا كثير من الناس في أستراليا.
أستراليا يوجد بقر؟
في أستراليا في بقر نعم. كم بعيد المسجد من هنا؟
هنا.
هذا المسجد؟ السلام عليكم شيخ حسين.
بخير.
كيف الأحوال؟
الحمد لله بارك الله فيك. حسين عمار إمام مسجد تيزي نشك. إمام وخطيب.
ما شاء الله. إمام والخطيب.
إمام وخطيب.
Now this was a village mosque that I would absolutely love to call my own. But first the Imam insisted on showing me his humble Quran school.
سبحان الله.
وهذه نافع. برواية ورش
نعم.
عن طريق الأزرق.
هذا خاصة لشعب المغرب.
الشعب المغربي.
So what he's shown us is that they have a specific style of writing, a specific Arabic writing that is specially for the Moroccan people, and this is called Khat Maghribi, the Moroccan script.
The entire community had such a beautiful connection to the Quran.
بعد صلاة الفجر مباشرة نقرأ حزب. مثلا نبتدئ بالحزب اللي هو سورة البقرة، وفي المساء نقرأ وإذا لقوا الذين آمنوا قالوا آمنا، وهكذا نكمله في 36 يوما.
Here, the Quran is preserved on wooden tablets.
تمسح بالماء،
نعم.
ثم يوضع عليه ما يسمى بلغتنا صنصال، ونوع من التراب. نوع من التراب نضعه حتى تكون بيضاء هكذا لكي تكون قابلة للكتابة. ويكتب بقلم يصنع من القصب. أنا أقوم ببرنامج أنهم يذهبون بها إلى منازلهم لكي يراجعوها في البيوت، لكي يصاحبوا القرآن حتى في بيته.
The kids of the mountains were practicing traditions that not only honored the Quran, but also their teacher.
منذ القدم تلك هي عادة يفعلها الطلاب يوم الأربعاء، أنهم يأتون بدرهمين أو ببيضتين كل باستطاعته. هي ليست أجرة، وإنما هي عادة نحن نريد أن نحافظ عليها لأنها هي رمز.
It's a humble village gift that instills within students a sense of honor for the one who teaches them the Book of Allah. It was awe-inspiring. All the way up high, the Book of Allah being recited and raised into the heavens.
Do they enjoy coming to the madrasa every morning?
نعم يحبون دائما يحبون أنا أقوم بأعمال مثلا كتشجيع، كجوائز، في بعض المرات في تحفيز لكي أحبب لهم المسجد. هذا هو الأساس، أن أزرع فيهم محبة القرآن، محبة الحديث، محبة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم، محبة الدين الإسلامي، لكي يقرؤون القرآن عن حب، ليس رغما عنهم بل عن حب وعن قناعة.
كبرت كلمة تخرج من أفواههم تكفر عن كهفهم ذات اليمين وظهرهم منهم كان ضد قالوا لبثنا يوما أو بعد يوم.
But before I could farewell the Imam and the village children, I had to fit in one more lesson.
In the part of the world that I'm from, a lot of the people unfortunately suffer from stress, anxiety, depression, and they have a lot of concern weighing them down. Yet when I come to villages like this, I see people with contentment, happiness, satisfaction in life. What is the secret?
هناك أسرار كثيرة لا نحصر في سر واحد، ولكن السر الواحد الأول هو الإسلام. الإنسان إذا دخل إلى الإسلام واقتنع بالإسلام ويطبق تعاليم الإسلام لا يمكن أن يحصل له هذا الاكتئاب وهذا، لأن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم علمنا ذلك، علمنا أن يكون الإنسان قنوعا بما رزقه الله سبحانه وتعالى، وأن الله سبحانه وتعالى خلق الإنسان في تفاوت طبقات الغني والفقير، وإذا علمت ذلك فإنك تطمئن داخليا.
ولو تملكون قليل وتعيشون في منازل بسيطة.
نحن لا نعيش للدنيا وإنما نحن نعيش للآخرة. السعادة، كل السعادة في أن تضع جبهتك في الأرض لله سبحانه وتعالى، ليست بالمال وليست بالقصور ولا بالسيارات الفارهة وإنما السعادة في الإسلام، في المحافظة على الصلاة. الصلاة في وقتها خير من الدنيا وما فيها. الصلاة في وقتها خير من الدنيا وما فيها.
These were the incredible Muslims of the mountains, some of the most wondrous people I've met, living amongst the giants of the world. It was here that I realized not only how small I was, but how much I needed to learn. May Allah bless the Muslims of the Atlas Mountains and protect them in this life and the next.